Good morning. So it's the day after. We can kind of see the water levels here. That's where Ryder is walking. Right in here is the water level and how it's set. Now the only setting water we have, this usually holds for about 2 days, maybe a day, depending on the heat. But today I'm thinking 2. All this absorbed in completely. Very little movement of water, soil in here. This one stays moist for a couple of days, so it did good. And we'll go out here real quick. And point out the areas that I need to work on. So as you can see, we have no standing water the next day. It's real wet, real moist. They're all empty. We can see the erosion as it went through, and I'm very surprised. I had the topping here, and I got some erosion there. This is yet to be worked on, so I was expecting the erosion here. Very little erosion happened over the walkways. I gotta work on that a little bit and raise it. I can see my slant now. All the swells are emptied and absorbed. Really surprised it really didn't move the mulch anywhere. Really surprised that one didn't. Now this one usually stays wet for the longest, which is about 3 days. Here, and there's water down there. It's underneath. Very little erosion happened here. So out here is the area that I really got to work on the most this year. But 6 acres feed through right at this point. 6 acres of water erosion comes through, so I'm pretty happy. Now we had some erosion here, but this kind of stopped all the sand from being washed down. So that worked. It overtopped here and ran into there. So again, these are areas I knew I had to do. Over here, had very low flow. The flow we did have came from up where Ryder is marking, and it came down, and that led into that one I showed you. Now, the big pit that had 8,000 gallons in it is empty, except for here where it's about 6 foot deep. Oh, and it also kind of showed me where I need to do my erosion control going into it. You can see it moved a lot of dirt. Now over here, this didn't really move too much. I'm pretty happy about. Here we had some overflow, and that's how much water we got left. And that's about, I would say, 6 foot, 4 foot. I wouldn't go too much further, Ryder. You're gonna be swimming. So our ground absorbs a lot, and that's what we're banking on, is the absorption, and that's why I call it percolating pits. This all worked. Now what surprised me was how much came through and out here, and it went around this. Now this area here is going to be built up going all the way up, so we're going to have to level that off, and that should stop this from overflowing this way, which I think is going to be done. What surprised me though is that we had enough water that it came uphill and flowed over into the big thing. So that's something we're going to work on. But that's a quick morning update, just to let you know. It looked like we got flooded out. We didn't. Y'all have a good day. It's going to be a beautiful day here. We're going to get some planting done. All right, later.